What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's video. We're talking about submachine guns for PVE, Destiny 2. And I'm going to go over each of the best submachine guns for each damage type. And we're going to start off with the funnel web. This is my favorite SMG, and I have a roll that I think is the god roll of this weapon with corkscrew, attack mag, subsistence, frenzy. I do like having that increased reload. I know some people like having accurized rounds, but if I had accurized, I'd probably want a handling masterwork or something like that, or a reload masterwork even. But I have a range masterwork, so I like tac mag on this because the range of 54 is still plenty. I like to run this with strand subclasses or with void subclasses. Really, you can run funnel web with anything, especially this season because of the volatile flow. Picking up an orb of power grants your void weapons volatile rounds. This is incredibly strong. And there's also some other benefits to running void weapons like bricks on bricks. You get more heavy ammo with void weapon kills. I like to run this with either obviously an exotic in my kinetic or down here in my heavy. But I really love Retrofit Escapade. It really feels like just a souped up version of funnel web. So when I switch to this, it feels like the same thing, but just a little more range and stronger. So yeah, I like running this with Wither Horde or Arbalist. So as soon as I pick up an orb here, I got volatile rounds, and now stuff just explodes. It's pretty absurd, especially stuff with void shields. But with as many orbs as you get using this weapon, you can basically keep up volatile at all times. I think this is S tier weapon, one of the best weapons in Destiny, if not perhaps the best weapon in Destiny 2. I know there's other use cases for other types of weapons, but this is one of my favorites, the funnel web. Next up, we're going to go over the Callus mini tool. This is a craftable SMG. It is also lightweight, even though it's Midas Synergy. It's still a lightweight frame. It just also synergizes with the Midas multi-tool. You get more speed benefits when that's equipped. It is also a 900 round, similar to funnel web, 15 impact. I think I just have accurized rounds. That's why it has more range. And for this weapon, I think the use case is a little different than the funnel web because I only like to run this with solar subclasses. Any of the solar subclasses are great with this. However, I don't like to run it with strand or void or any other subclasses, just with solar. And it's because it pairs really well with Ember of Ashes. You apply more scorch stacks, and ignitions do more damage. It all pairs really well together. But if you don't have that, it starts to feel a little bit weak. Enhanced Incandescent is really, really good. It's one of the ones that enhanced actually matters because of the more scorch you can do, the better. I like to run this with Unrelenting. Sometimes Grave Robber, especially if I'm on a Hammer Titan. Grave Robber is great with this. And then I use accurized rounds, small bore. Things just start exploding. Especially once you get buffs. See the scorch already on them. So the ag clear on this, pretty good. And it feels great. Very accurate. It has some good range. I'm never really super worried about stuff being too far away. Whoa, what's happening? Dude, look at, I'm not even shooting them. They're just dying. Oh, partly. That was kind of Soul Invictus too, I think. Yeah. There's the Callus mini tool. I think shreds. Next up, we have the Icolos SMG 1.03. This weapon is fantastic. for ad clear because of volt shot, and feeding frenzy and volt shot really pair well together because you need to get a kill and then reload to get volt shot to proc, and this feeding frenzy just makes your reload incredibly short. Then I like to run it with Seraph rounds. It's the ricochet rounds of this type of gun, and corkscrew as well. With this one, the ad clear is a little crazy. I do like to use this with almost any subclass if I'm running an arc heavy, because then I can just run a single or double. Look at them just melt all together. I can run a single surge and buff my heavy and this weapon and do that crazy reload. One thing I really like for this one especially is the range feels a little bit better. Oh, I might die. One doesn't have unrelenting like Callus Mini Tool. Actually have to figure out how to heal. But yep, I think this is the best arc submachine gun in the game, hands down. Next up, we're going to talk real quick about prolonged engagement. This is the only basis submachine gun that I have, and I don't really like it. But I said I was going to go over each of the subclasses, so I don't know if anybody else has had a better experience. Maybe I just haven't gotten the right roll yet. I don't have a subsistence target lock, which it can drop, which would be really cool. It can run arrowhead break, ricochet rounds, subsistence target lock. I think if I had that roll, I would probably like it. But I don't have that roll, and I've never gotten something even close to that. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the right roll. But I don't like this weapon. I typically won't use it that much. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know if you guys have a different opinion on prolonged engagement. Next up, we have the Immortal Adept. This is the brand new weapon that has taken over PvP and potentially caused all the SMGs to get nerfed soon here. This weapon is insane. It is a aggressive frame. It has 22 impact. Has a crazy range. Best in class stats all around, I think. It shoots a little bit slower than some of the lightweights, but the impact makes up for it. Especially in PvP, this thing is crazy. You can get it with target lock and rangefinder. I didn't get that roll this weekend, or last weekend, but I did get Keep Away Killing Wind, which I like. This paired together, it's a beast. The use case for this is a little different. I will typically only run this with a strand build, but I do like to pair this and run this when I want to run a exotic energy. So I can run something like Wave Splitter or Vexcalibur or whatever I need to run, and then I can still have a submachine gun in my inventory. You see I'm still have Keep Away procced. Keep Away, you gotta be real close to not have the buff. So for this weapon, I don't think the ad clear is quite there, which makes me not love it so much for PvE. I understand why it's so good in PvP. The single target is crazy, but I like it, but I probably would rather use a funnel web. I'd probably rather use Callus Mini Tool even, or Icolos, because all of those weapons have ad clear on them. This one just doesn't. However, it is an excellent SMG. By far the best strand SMG because we only have 2, and Syncrotic Roulette is not great. Thanks everybody for watching. Let me know if you learned anything about these SMGs or have a different opinion on some of these SMGs. I would love to hear your thoughts.